Hey guys, Jarek and Komodo here, going to be doing some more Halo 4. This time we're still in the Team Action Sack playlist. Yes, laugh at that name all you want. Going to be doing some Binary Slayer, and I did pretty good this game. I was feeling pretty good about myself, but spoiler alert, we ended up losing because my teammates suck. In this case, it was almost to the point of what teammates, which I didn't notice until I looked at the final score, and you probably won't either. But yeah, Binary Slayer. What is Binary Slayer for those of you that don't know? You move fairly quickly, you have an unlimited booster pack, and you have a sword as a secondary. So it leads to some really confusing and funny moments, because you can just boost around forever, and when you have like 4 people boosting around all flailing swords all over the place. Thank you, teammate distraction. Yeah, this is really fun to do actually. But yeah, questions. Let's go ahead and move on to the questions. If you want us to answer a question, go ahead and leave your question down below in the comments, and we'll try to answer it the next time we do a commentary. And this is a good example of the sword, which I failed and then died. I know there's a question in here, but I was going to answer and I forgot. Right, someone pointed out the price of the 2DS. Now, I already mentioned what I think about the 2DS. I think it's stupid and pointless, and I don't know what the hell they did to it. It looks like something that came from Fisher-Price. It does. It looks like a freaking kid's toy. Like, I don't know what the hell they did with that thing. The design is terrible. It doesn't look pocketable. Whoa, camera.
God, I laugh so hard because it's so true.
Yeah, I don't like the design to begin with. I find it so pointless. If you don't want the 3D, turn off the 3D. It is a slider. You don't need to use it. And the main argument everyone says is, but it's only $130, which, you know, is a pretty good price, but at the same time, that's not that much cheaper than just getting a 3DS. A 3DS is like, what, $150?
$169.99.
$169, and the 3DS XL is like $200 even.
Yeah.
And you know, that sounds like a lot, but it's not that much more expensive to save up that much more. I pretty much live from check to check, honestly. And
Good job. Was asking for it.
Just impaled himself on my sword. I was just waiting for him. That was a trap. But yeah, it sounds more expensive, but I pretty much live from check to check. I'm not a rich person. I'm not poor at the same time either.
Ouch.
Yeah, that was one of those moments where you just pull the trigger right as you die. It's like, fuck, damn it. He was a second faster than me, and I rightfully lost. I can't even be mad, but I'm still mad.
I'm sorry, I heard rectally lost.
Yes, this game made me rectally lost. Well, technically it does. You do disintegrate. Oh, lag. Okay, so I hate consoles. I really do. And I hate playing Halo on console because Halo 4 lags a lot for me. It really does. I don't know if you had the lagging issues I did, but ugh. Every once in a while it just stutters, and it will stutter for the entire game sometimes. So, and that's even with an FOV being like 78 degrees. How did that miss? Well, I didn't. What was I talking about?
2DS.
Right. I live from check to check. I'm not a rich person. I'm not in any way whatsoever. I'm not entirely poor. I'm pretty much your standard middle class, I would say just out of college, where you don't have much money and you pretty much got to save up all the money you can get. I don't know what that guy was doing, jumping around like I wouldn't
Making himself a target?
Yeah, basically. But yeah, if I can save up the money to get a 3DS, I have a 3DS XL. If I can save up that money, you can too. It's not that expensive, so I really do see it as pointless. It seems like the only reason for it to exist is for parents to buy it for their kids, to shut them up and leave them alone for a while.
How did that miss?
I don't know. That seems to happen a lot, but that didn't. Like I said, I was having a pretty decent game. I mean, it's nothing mind-blowing or amazing in any way, but good enough to upload, to say the least. And then my teammates have to go and ruin it. Thanks. Alright, next question. What is your favorite PS2 game? I don't know if this person specifically means PS2 exclusive or just of that generation. If we're saying of that generation... Oh, I got fucked there. If we're saying of that generation, I would definitely have to go with Time Splitters 2. Just without a question. That was easily one of my favorite games of that generation, and I really, really want there to be another Time Splitters game. I just don't know how another Time Splitters game is going to work out, because it's not the same studio anymore. I mean, Crytek UK is what used to be the studio that made Time Splitters, but a few of the head guys left, and, you know, there's still some of the old guys there, but it's not the same. It really isn't. And you know they'd use the CryEngine, and it would just feel weird. Feel very different. They don't know. They don't know I'm here.
It's hard for me to say because I had a PS2 back when, you know, they were still a thing. But, like, back then I bought my own games, so I didn't always have money to buy the newest game or the greatest games. But, like, I definitely had games that defined my time back then. Like, when... And of all the people that told me this, it was my sister who's, like, the most casual of casual gamers. Like, she got a Kinect and she loves it, and I'm like, no. But, she was the one that told me about Guilty Gear, which
That's
I don't
not
know.
really a casual game, but
Yeah, it's a definitely geared towards hardcore fighting game enthusiasts, and I love it. It's one of those games that, like, I'm so glad that I found it when, you know, I found out it existed. And, you know, like Jarek said, Time Splitters, definitely a gem from... God, I remember playing that in middle school with, like, the two friends I had back then.
trying to do those challenges time and time again, and just
God,
fucking getting mad at how impossibly difficult some of them were.
Yes.
That damn challenge with Mr. Hands. I never beat that. Mr. Hands, huh? I think that almost made you die. That challenge with that fucking character was, like, impossible. Like,
I don't even remember which one you're talking about.
it was basically in the Chicago map, and there was a shit ton of them. It was just not possible to beat. I never did. I never ended up beating it, but I unlocked almost everything in that game. And it's like, really, there's two games from that generation that define that generation for me. It's definitely Time Splitters 2 and Super Smash Bros. Melee. I played those games more than anything else. Melee especially. Melee is one of those things where, even all throughout high school, like, every day I would go to my friend's house and there'd be like 4 or 5 of us, almost 10 people at sometimes, and we'd all be playing Super Smash Bros. Melee. And that's half the reason I got so good at it at the time. You know, I'm a little rusty now, but... You know, I competed in competitions and tournaments for it. Like, that was one of those games that just defined that generation for me. And then I was disappointed by Brawl. So, go figure. So yeah, I did some Binary Slayer. This is the last Halo game to upload tonight, so hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next video.